Kicked off, representing everyone's you and I verse. Gonna do a video on the moon in Cancer with the sun in Aries. We got so far to go through this winding path of life. Follow lights on the dark, but they all exist for the same reason. Soaking up knowledge, learning lesson in the sun. Raised amongst infinite ones, divinity sprung from an idea, religion, division. Well, that's just an idea. Mind's eye opaque in this dirty shark tank. Beats him like a drum in the movie Drumline. If you an opponent, defeat with the intellectual promise from this. Diamond in the rough, immaculate past the raps, mic in a blunt, stroke a slug, go a butt, throw away the magnums. I thought the glimpse the apocalypse for the trash disaster, the 47 matador, chakras of line, flower of life, put fire into ashes. No substance rappers could catch a death to rebirth. Kanye West in the beginning, now you look at prime time. I'm in my life with power beyond. Pass it to the end zone, pass the pot if you smoke, dope and indica the young. Indigo, see me in real life. Have you thinking what is life? While I hustle over steel mics, feel the vibe, hit the beat right. Molly in his prime, and Tyson fighting for his pride. Tattoo on the face, put you fakes and utter dismay. Getting to the cake before the money. Yeah, I'm clever to speak, rather unique. Oh, and my karma is clear. My third eye vision, clear and transparent. No millions in the fam yet, but I'ma make billions. Dilated eyes, married to Jane. I caught fire while cows fire in the streets, raised in the belly of the beast. Nothing but the best come correct. Super Saiyan 3 times 3. That's 9 lives, I beat the kitty 9 times out of 10, I'm beaten. Cheeks hit this young world and God flow to you heathens. Brought from the power in me. I'm young daddy Eskimo, psycho killer consciousness. Might just bust and I don't have breasts yet. Suck away the stress. In the meantime, I'll roll the doobie, you know, that's for the meantime. Drop the box so I ate it up. Make sure the cookie right first and then ignite her. Make her bite a lip, iller than the future says she fiend for the sex. I like that pussy shave, the little rectangular patch. Mommy nice in that sundress, but she the moon, I'm the sun. Put your mental in the beat in a closed casket. Now you rest in peace. The disrespect you see. We even held a candlelight vigil. The disrespect you see. Can't touch my cheese. Especially get a prenup, baby. No, you can't touch my cheese. Might hand you 100 cheese. Psych, no. Pimp 101, holy conscious, let me teach sinners. In the past, I'm the same as another pastor. Shout my brother to another. We all get into the cheese of jealousy, just inspiration to the ones close to me. Devotion to each other. This human race is something we can change in to a prospering civilization. Now take a breath. We can do it, it just takes time. So I'm here, you know, for the meantime. Gotta get level right now, cause my time's now. Land of the lost, where the lost will be found. Y'all can check that out on the Oranges tape. That's called King Selassie, produced by MF Doom, and artist named Metaphor77. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You feel me? I'm saying it's Metaphor, back for more. They kicked the raw, representing everyone's you and I verse. Gonna do that video on the moon in Cancer. This video right here, you know what I'm saying, live. And the sun in Aries. So it's all about caring for the vision at this point in time. And keep in mind, so we got the moon in Cancer, so it's going to be the sextile to all the Taurus energies. So we got Jupiter in Taurus, we got Uranus in Taurus, and then keep in mind we got a whole bunch of planets in Pisces. So it's also trining Saturn and trining Neptune and things like that. And keep in mind we got a whole bunch of Aries placements going on as well. So it's a square to the Aries energy. And the square to the Aries energy is having us learn to be more comfortable with a passion or a vision. Well, so in turn, we're going to be caring for a vision. So if you got Cancer in the first house, I'm saying he's a Cancer rising, and the moon is in your first house right now. So you're dealing with caring for your individual vision or your personal affairs about your passion or what's your passion in your personal life and things like that. So at this point in time, it's about getting yourself together for the Cancer energy and things like that. So wherever the moon is at, whatever sun sign you have, it's going to play out that energy. You're going to be the one on the stage to show everybody, hey, this is what to be or what not to be. So for example, if you have a Cancer in your life right now, you're going to be seeing, okay, this is the higher octave of the energy and this is the lower octave of the energy. If you have two different Cancers, if you only have, like I'm saying, if you have none of this energy in your life, you can see how it plays out throughout your houses. And this is what I become alive for, you know what I'm saying? So if you aren't tapped in spiritually, you're able to actually see it play out through your houses. So moving forward, the Gemini rising is having the Cancer in the second house, right? So the second house is about values of a person, place, thing, or idea. So based on that, it's going to be comfortability as well. So your ideas about comfortability, the places that make you comfortable and things like that. So that's what the Gemini is going to be taking part in. It's going to be all about the ways that they value their comfortability and ways that they feel comfortable and things like that. So on the lower octave, if you don't have anything that you actually value to make you feel comfortable and you're all scatterbrained, then that's non-beneficial and things like that. So you want to get on the higher octave and have these thoughts that can in turn manifest into having comfortable values of a person, place, thing, or idea. So like essentially it's like valuing a person that you could be around and actually make you feel comfortable, essentially like family and things like that. Cancer's like the family energy, the private energy, things like that in the home. And moving forward, Taurus rising is having Cancer in the third house, so it's going to be a sextile. So it's going to be seeing the opportunity in their environment, and based on that, the environment is going to be all about caring and things like that. And do you actually care for your environment? Do you care for the people, places, and things that you go out into your everyday life and don't actually choose to be around them, but you're precariously around them just based on your circumstance and things like that, and where you choose to have your geographical location? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be seeing the opportunity to have a passion in in the environment, and then also, with this being said, you're going to be able to have this caring energy. So do you care for your environment, or do you care for things that are private to you and things like that? And the way, so third house is also like a Mercury house. So keep in mind, Gemini was birthed out of the third house. So with this being said, it's going to be all kind of like your thoughts and how you think about your environment and things like that. So moving forward, the Aries is going to have the Cancer in the fourth house. So it's going to be a square, a learning process. So you're going to be learning to be more comfortable with your passion, essentially. That's what's going down at this point in time. So you can be learning to be more private, keep things more close to the heart, and things of that nature. So I'm going to be going through circumstances of, do you actually care for things, and can you take the time to care? And moving forward, Pisces rising is having Cancer in the fifth house. So it's all about creating the opportunity. So creating the opportunity to care, creating the expression to care. And with this being said, it's going to be that trine, and the fifth house being in Cancer is going to be like that nurturing your expression. So you want to nurture your own expression and actually feel self-confident in oneself to actually express oneself. And also the fifth house is like a house for children and fertility house and things like that. It's like a childlike expression. So make sure you're like partaking and concern for your actual childlike nature and things like that in your inner child. So then moving forward, Aquarius rising is having the Cancer in the sixth house. So it'll be in conjunction. So misunderstanding how to care and things like that, and how to care for a routine and pattern. So essentially, at this point in time, Aquarius is kind of like cold-hearted and things like that, and they kind of like to be more disassociative and things of that nature, just based on the Cancer energy, because they misunderstand it. So at this point in time, you want to kind of put on a schedule things that you actually care for. So they kind of like is a misunderstanding in general. But based on this, it'll also be about caring for your own health as well. So you want to put the right things on the schedule to actually care for one's own health as well. So keeping that in mind, the Aquarius kind of puts others before oneself. So essentially, you want to put yourself first at this point in time and create your own routine and pattern to actually have a comfortable circumstance and things like that. So then moving forward, the Capricorn rising is having the Cancer in the seventh house. So it's the opposition. So you can either add on or oppose to this energy of caring. So Capricorn likes to be more logical about things. So they like to make a plan about things and go about it, and not have any emotions attached to it and things like that. So at this point in time, you can either oppose to people caring and nurturing things, or you can add on to it by creating a logic of how to care and why to care and things like that. Because Cancer is that Jupiterian energy. It's exalted in Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So keep that in mind. It's kind of just a little left field gem and things like that. But yeah, Sagittarius rising is having the Cancer in the eighth house. So behind the scenes, secrets, transformation, and rebirth of a way of nurturing, way of caring, or way of being around family and things like that, and things close to your heart. So Yeah, transformation or rebirth of the ways of caring and things like that. So then keep in mind, this is like a double Jupiter energy. It's like all about the ways that you feel about things, but also the way that you feel about your experience or your morality. So like Sagittarius is like that morality sign to an extent. It's like they have to have a meaning and reasoning behind things. So make sure you put the right meaning and reasoning, and don't misunderstand that you actually have to rebirth things about your spiritual system and things like that that may need I'm saying fixed up or even rebirth. Like you realize something wasn't the way it was, and that you actually need to change up to a certain extent. And then moving forward, the Scorpio rising is having Cancer in the ninth house. So about this is all about the morality, the knowledge and wisdom and experiences what the Scorpio is going to be dealing with, and it's also this trine. So they're going to create an opportunity to have their morality played out, and the reasons why they nurture. So for example, the ninth house is a reasoning house. It's a meaning and reasoning as well. So with the Cancer being here, it's going to be having a meaning and reasoning to the experience of care and nurturing. So essentially, they're creating the opportunity to nurture at this point in time. Is what the Scorpio is dealing with. Then moving forward, the Libra is having the Cancer in the 10th house. This will be a square, a learning process. Learning to speak more comfortably or make people more comfortable with your speech patterns and things like that. So essentially, try not to be so abrasive like your sextile sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius just comes off very blunt. They really don't think too much about what they have to say. The Libra kind of thinks a little bit more about what they have to say, but at this point in time, you want to learn how to make people more comfortable with the way that you speak and things like that. Or even have people around your, like people that are close to your heart and people that you actually nurture, realize that the way that you speak and learn that the way that you speak actually isn't in a way to be detrimental. It's a way to uplift. And I speak because I want people to do better and things like that. And that's what people are misunderstanding at this point in time. Some people may, pardon me, they may have to learn that you're actually not talking stuff to them. You actually just keeping it real, and you want to actually have them elevate and things like that. But everybody don't see it that way because the Cancer energy is so intense and things like that, based on it being that water energy and being at home with the moon and things like that. So at this point in time, it's like you're speaking the truth and things like that is how you see it, but people are seeing it as, oh, this individual is just speaking because they want to put themselves on a higher echelon, or their coping mechanism is talking and things like that. They make themselves feel comfortable by hearing themselves talk and things like that. But essentially, the Libras accumulated all this knowledge and wisdom and ways of putting it linguistically that it actually makes sense, and that's when the Cancer get upset. They don't really care about the logic, and they just say, "Oh, dang, I don't even want to learn about more logistical patterns and things like that. I know that you make me feel bad whenever you talk to me." So it's like the Libra has to learn how to be more soft and things like that with the way that they speak, and the Cancer has to learn to be more logical. This is kind of what's going on with that. But moving forward, the Virgo rising is having the Cancer in the 11th house. So this will be a sextile energy. So seeing the opportunity to associate with nurturing or have associates to nurture and things like that. So essentially, at this point in time, you're going to find something to care for in your association in your public place, Virgo. And you're going to have a sextile to see the opportunity to do that. It's up to you if you want to partake in things like that. And then moving forward, the Leo, last but not least, is having the Cancer in the 12th house. So it's about the dreams, illusions, nightmares, and this is also an ending house. So if you see something building up from the Cancer house and things like that, and you see it's kind of illusionary and things like that as being a Leo rising, it's like, I don't know if I can really trust this. It may just be in that 12th house, and it may just be a secret and things like that. It may be a dream, illusion, and nightmare, but it also may be an ending and things like that. And you may be having a dream about it to experience this ending and kind of put you in a space of closure and things like that. You could have some more closure at this point in time based on the 12th house. Depending on your octave scale, where you're at with it. Like for example, you may have an ending that could be not so detrimental and things like that. Being the Leo and thing that you and saying being the Leo rising and having things that you nurture and the I'm saying you have a dream to nurture and things like that, and you're like, oh, I'm saying if only I could. I'm saying kind of thing. That's what the 12th house is kind of experiencing. 12th house is that illusionary house. It's like that last house before we go back into the first house. So it has to have things end before we bring things anew and things like that. So essentially, just keep your eyes open and things like that for things to be ending, and also be aware that things are going to be ending. So be okay, like I'm saying, be okay with that and comprehend that there is going to be a new whenever we have things move back in the first house. And this ain't just because that's the end of that doesn't mean it can't be a new beginning for something else and things like that. So, for example, to really wrap it up, it's like certain things got to happen for other things to happen. That's generally just how life go. It sound cliche and simple, but that's really how it is. Like certain things got to occur in your life for you to actually move forward and do something different and things like that. And sometimes we get forced to the space that we didn't even expect. Like, oh, I thought I was doing the correct thing, but it was actually the left field thing that you was doing, and that's what accumulated your whole spiral to be in the spiral that you're in right now, in the circumstance or the circle that you're in, and you just got to be aware of, okay, I put myself here and things like that. So yeah, that's the most important thing to be aware of, is that you are in control of oneself and you are in control of your circumstance and situation. So yeah, much love and holla back, and peace and love if you believe in all that. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe or stay dangerous, whatever's necessary.